After their narrow escape against the Cathezar on Ysgard, the characters head back to the Valiant Hall. Ben, Mack and Gazza have all been killed and are being carried back on a magically animated bed. Luckily for them, on the plain of Ysgard, everyone is raised again in the morning. So, Jess and Hot Daniel decide to leave it to the natural powers of the plane to bring them all back. Oh, and Nurn's also back with the group as well. Once the party's all alive again, they prepare for planar travel. They need to go to the material realm, as Gazza remembers that he has a friend back on Waterdeep who might be able to get them back. He was a bit of an expert or very knowledgeable scholar on portals. The reason they want to get back to Sigil is so that they can track down the Guild of Sleep. So they jump on Mack's boat of the plains and paddle through Gehenna, the neutral evil, lawful evil volcano plane, and onto the material plane, where they pop out in the sea of fallen stars. Ben hops into the bag of holding because he still believes that he needs to be in there for them to portal, and Gazza casts a portal to Waterdeep. They soon find Gazza's mage friend, Big Jimbo, and Jimbo checks the time and some books after being told the stories, and tells them, "We have a bit of time before the portal is ready. Meet me at the Friendly Flounder Tavern in 1 hour." Hot Daniel uses this time to buy himself some gloves of dexterity, and they soon meet Big Jimbo round the rear of the tavern. Big Jimbo goes and grabs a large ring for one of the barrels, takes it off the wall, licks it, and bowls it down a loading ramp. And at the bottom of the ramp, just before it hits the flat, a character needs to jump through to be portaled into Sigil. The characters go through this one at a time. Last is Gazza, who asks, "Hey, thanks for all this, but I need to know, how do we get back?" Big Jimbo says, "That could be difficult. I know how I got back last time through the portals, but it may not work. Portals sometimes don't work during the day or by the season of the year. The way I got back was using a port key by the I walked into a place called Fell's Tattoo Parlor. It's on the east side of the Smouldering Corpse district, and while standing in the doorway of the tattoo parlor, I said out loud, 'I'd like a unicorn tattoo on my arse.'" "How did you find that at?" "Don't ask." Now in Sigil, wandering around, it is a feat for the eyes. Sigil is a city inside the hollow of a donut. You can get it by walking around the ring and then walking up and around the ring also. Gravity will always stick you to the inside of the donut. Looking up, you can also see the city as it curves back in on itself. And looking forward, you can see large city ahead of you that's being in a tunnel, with city as the roof and walls and floor. Not only is this architecture out of place, but so are the inhabitants. Devils and angels walk down the street together, conversing. Races not normally seen together, like elves and dwarves, are out drinking. This is truly a neutral place, and deities are not allowed to enter. Gazza heads straight to the brothel of intellectual lusts. Somebody's played Planescape Torment before. Once inside the brothel of intellectual lusts, they are met by a pale succubus called Fall from Grace. She shows them around and about the sensory stones. Now, sensory stones are a stored vivid memory for all the senses, and by simply going up and touching the stone, you can relive the memory that someone placed in there. You feel it, you smell it, you taste it. It's made for the society of sensation, who believe that the multiverse can only be known by experiencing as much of it as possible through the senses. These are good and bad things. Hot Daniel experiences a tragic Romeo and Juliet romance ending in death. Mack experiences what it's like to fail in front of a crowd while trying to do stand-up comedy. Ben experiences what it's like having a cursed fiend's tongue, and every time he goes to say something to anyone, horrible things come out, so he must live a life of selected mutism. Gazza experiences a long and happy life with his love going all the way up to his deathbed. And Jess experiences rolling around with puppies. The group all try a few different sensory stones as they make their way around. And after a couple, Ben, Mack and Nurn decide that this may not be for them. And they decide to head to the gymnasium district and go wrestle and run some obstacle courses. Hot Daniel, Gazza and Jess head to the Society of Sensation. They get there by wandering around, not far, and then to get in and become a member, you must share an experience and put it into one of these sensory stones. Hot Daniel puts in what it was like to be flayed by the Cathezar's chains. Gazza puts in what it was like hacking through the flesh tunnel. And Jess shares tricking a god. They then partake in a pleasurable experience of eating, drinking, feasting wondrous food. Hot Daniel uses this time to write an emotive ballad about his experience with the sensory stone. While walking to the Guild of Sleep, a pale tiefling calls out to Gazza. "Hey Primer, you been needing a towel to reminder." Gazza looks her up and down. Maybe later. "Ach, well, don't leave a lady waiting, you know." Arriving at the Guild of Sleep, inside the open doors to the front area, the group see a large room filled with giant throw pillows, beds and resting areas. Incense fills the room, and a peaceful sound can be heard. 3 elves sit stationed at a table nearby playing cards, and one gets up to greet them once he sees the party. "Welcome to the Guild of Sleep. How may we help you rest?" "We wish to see and speak to the Dreamer Prime about the Bastion of Unborn Souls," says Jess. "Oh, well, she is currently dreaming, and has been for some years now. She will not be interested in waking. Unfortunately, while in this state, she can learn much and see all, but recalling the information just doesn't come to her. She needs to be woken to recall this, but she does not wish to be woken. Although we can offer you some sleep, you may dream for as long as you please." The characters agree to sleep for 24 hours and enjoy that. What would you like to dream about? We can tailor your dreams to your utmost pleasures. The group let us know what they want to do. Hot Daniel wants inspiration and gets a beautiful dream of a caterpillar's life cycle. Mack wants to dream of meditation and gets to, for 24 hours, focus on achieving oneness. Ben wants to dream of big lots of string and balls of yarn, and he's got it. Gazza says he would like to dream about a Charlon and spends his dreams recounting the tale of the story of Did. And Jess says that she'd like to dream of a prank war with Garl Glittergold. Water gun to the face, whoopee cushions, that sort of stuff. Well, as our characters slip off into dreams, that is where we'll end this session.